103 for 2. Let's have a look at Ali's 50 on debut. And very nice shots early on. He took it to the quick bowlers, over pitched, hit it through the offside. Anything slightly short, he was quick and back and across, working it through the leg side. Good hitting and good placement as well. 50 on debut. Only 13 Pakistani batsmen have done it, and the first one to do it. Daryl? Yes.
50 on debut. Ramiz Raja.
We told you that. Ramiz, tell you that.
No, I remember clearly Ramiz got 50 on debut.
Who was that against?
Come on, Gaza.
India.
New Zealand.
And against the great Richard Hadley, so
Come on, there, guys.
52 or 57.
Come on, 3, 410.
Plenty overs left. What a high pressure match
Crack
the
it
series
open,
has
crack it
gone,
open
so
here.
he's got a great opportunity here to get a big one. 120, 130. Debut on 100 by Pakistani.
Lovely go. Come on,
We'll
lads.
come back to you on that.
Open it up here, open it up.
Quick single taken. That's good running. That's good cricket from Pakistan. 105 for 2.
नया पुराना किस्सा है पर इसमें अपना हिस्सा है 150 साल से दुनिया भर में अपनी बेहतरीन क्वालिटी प्रोडक्ट्स का भरोसा लिए नेस्ले है आपकी हर कहानी का हिस्सा नेस्ले साथ भरोसे का
Got to change the bowling, so Aaron Finch has taken himself out of the attack, brought in Glenn Maxwell just to get his field set. We're going to change the commentary. Wako Yunus and Ramiz Raja will join.
See. It's pretty good.
2 down for 1 of 5. Pakistan making fists of things. The energy that you notice and you like between Rizwan and Abid Ali. They've ran well. Abid Ali 50 on debut. Rizwan is carrying on with his good form. 27 of 22, has played some splendid sweep shots. Abid Ali on the other end has been a complete package. Drives and cuts and pulls and flicks. That's good thinking, good cricket.
Yeah, very smart cricket by Abid Ali. He saw Rizwan sort of sweeping the ball and looking for those boundaries, and he didn't rush. He sort of sat back a little bit and he just looking for the single, nudging the ball into the gaps and giving him the strike. And on the other hand, Rizwan, who likes to sweep, is also sort of keep rotating the strike, and if the ball's there, is looking for that big shot. I think that's the way to go, because the run rate, the required run rate is almost 6, so you have to really keep pushing those singles.
So I have still to announce my World Cup squad, Wakar. That'll be on view in the next match, and I've got a very strong mind of good mind of picking this fellow on the screen, Abid Ali. because there's so much to like about his batting. His technique is pretty good, and the talent that is on view here on this tour, he's outshone most of them.
You're very smart. You're very smart like Abid Ali, isn't it?
I know where you're getting at.
You could have announced the team earlier, but you waited.
Yeah, come on.
Very smartly done.
No, my son actually, Heather, Heather, he would rave about Abid Ali because actually he was serving drinks to Abid Ali as a 12th man most part of the last season for Habib Bank, and he said that you've got to watch him because he's got real talent and potential. And he's not been far off the mark. He's batted beautifully, very sensible batting. 111 for 2.
नया पुराना किस्सा है पर इसमें अपना हिस्सा है 150 साल से दुनिया भर में अपनी बेहतरीन क्वालिटी प्रोडक्ट्स का भरोसा लिए नेस्ले है आपकी हर कहानी का हिस्सा। नेस्ले, साथ भरोसे का।
Owe something to the selectors. Inzi sitting out there, so to show his club, he's got to be positive, and that's what he's done. It looked very good.
So happy for him because you see, when you get
नया पुराना किस्सा है पर इसमें अपना हिस्सा है 150 साल से दुनिया भर में अपनी बेहतरीन क्वालिटी प्रोडक्ट्स का भरोसा लिए नेस्ले है आपकी हर कहानी का हिस्सा। नेस्ले, साथ भरोसे का।
been very imaginative also. It's just not one-way traffic. So he's driven the ball, he's played that shot as well. Sweep shot, fine, almost kind of a ramp.
Come on, Zorba.
Shovel for a run. Quicker ball, he's very good with that angle. Quicker googly, I think.
Well, these modern day cricketers, they like playing that ramp shot. And the bowlers are also very smart. We saw both of them doing that sweep shot, and he bowled quicker. He wanted Rizwan to do it again so he can hit his pads. He's not bowling slowly now. That last delivery was 90 kph, 24 gone, 118 for 2.
नया पुराना किस्सा है पर इसमें अपना हिस्सा है 150 साल से दुनिया भर में अपनी बेहतरीन क्वालिटी प्रोडक्ट्स का भरोसा लिए नेस्ले है आपकी हर कहानी का हिस्सा। नेस्ले, साथ भरोसे का।
Friends for life. Very good partnership. 44 of 45 balls. Extremely well, because this is where Australia jump all over Pakistan. And so it's cautious cricket, it's good cricket from Pakistan. Every now and then they're trying to hit a 4, but generally very keen to just rotate the strike.
Yes, the next sort of 15, 16 overs, I would say, are very crucial, very important, because ball's gone softer. It's not going to come onto the bat that easy. All these two batsmen need is to just keep pushing, keep rotating the strike. Good fielding.
Hanscom with a handsome stop.
Come on, Max, boys, come on.
Safe hands, Hanscom. Beat him with that straighter angle is round the stumps, Glenn Maxwell. They can't afford to take him lightly. He's a partnership breaker. To angle it for a run.
Get that, hold on.
So now the pressure will mount a bit. 3 dots.
Come on, Max. Catch it! Oh,
Catch it as a
yes.
call. Falling short of that fielder.
Big side, big side.
It seems that it's a little hard against Maxwell than Nathan Lyon, because Nathan Lyon, you know that he's going to bowl in one area, is going to land roundabout out that 5th stump, outside the off stump. But with Maxwell, because he bowls around the wicket, he bowls quicker, he bowls a little bit of flight also at times like that, and it is difficult to sort of get that momentum, get that rhythm going against him. 120 for 2.
नया पुराना किस्सा है पर इसमें अपना हिस्सा है 150 साल से दुनिया भर में अपनी बेहतरीन क्वालिटी प्रोडक्ट्स का भरोसा लिए नेस्ले है आपकी हर कहानी का हिस्सा। नेस्ले, साथ भरोसे का।
With a lot of intensity. Eight wickets in hand, 158 or 150 balls. Waqar, you've got to side with a team that has got 8 wickets, at least on paper.
Come on, Zorbi.
I still feel that this target is not going to be easy to be chased down, because yes, Pakistan have got 8 wickets in hand, but the deeper you go, I mean, they're going to bowl cheap overs, which we are already seeing. The last over was 2. This is the early days in this over, but you have to really keep up with the scoring rate, because later on this pitch is going to get slower and lower.
3 and 4, boys.
And maybe 7 and over max, or maybe 7.5. You cannot really allow the run rate to go up maybe 8 or even further than 8. Then it's going to be hard. We saw a reverse swing in the first inning, so if it is started reversing a little bit, it's going to be difficult to get away.
He's got a rag there, tucking the trousers and trying to keep the ball dry, keep his hands dry. That's a beautiful cover drive. Well blocked by the deep fielder, but Abid Ali has been all class in this innings. On debut, making an impression. 50 partnership comes up of 54 balls.
Little bit more flight, and Abid Ali clearing his front leg. He read it really beautifully. He knew that it's not going to be much turn. It was more of a top spinner. Overall, in the last few games and this game so far, the fielding's been superb by the Aussies.
Not shot enough really to be hammered square. Yeah, Flick would have done the job.
Come on, Zorba.
There's a sweep shot that's gone fine. That's well connected. Another couple of runs to Abid Ali.
Well, that towel which you see in Zampa's trouser, I don't think that is for to dry the ball. I think because the leg spinners, they intend to get more sweaty hands, so it's just dry the hands and dry the ball on top of it. Because with the sweat, sometimes the trousers get wet.
That's gone up in the air into the gap. That may just run away and hit the fence. Lovely piece of placement from the right-hander. Zampa is just a little bit confused with what is unfolding here. He's given 10 runs in the over, and a very good one for Pakistan. 130 for 2.
नया पुराना किस्सा है पर इसमें अपना हिस्सा है 150 साल से दुनिया भर में अपनी बेहतरीन क्वालिटी प्रोडक्ट्स का भरोसा लिए नेस्ले है आपकी हर कहानी का हिस्सा। नेस्ले, साथ भरोसे का।
Spin, and he's looking really good. He's well set, so he can afford to play against the spin. Very colorful crowd. Small, but very colorful. Australians a little worried.
Come on here, Glennie.
Zampa none for 24 in 5 overs.
Nice, mate.
Will he sweep?
Come on, Maxie.
Can he sweep?
Come on,
You've
Maxie.
got one man for the slog sweep. You've got the other man for the original sweep shot. There's a shot fine fielder there in case of a top edge. Oh, he wanted to go against the spin over cover. Miscued it for a couple of runs. Maxwell actually wasn't ready really for this take.
I don't think he was expecting. Even Rizwan, he was looking to play more toward offside. Wanted to give a little room. The weight was on the back foot, so that's why there was no energy in that shot. No real power in it.
Come on, boys.
Wanted to hit over
Open it
extra
up.
cover.
Open it up. Come on, Maxie.
He's played a very good hand. 36 of 34. Rizwan. Is that a good series actually? Not been an easy pitch to bat on second time around. The ball is gripping. There's puff of dust as well at times of the surface.
Maxey.
That's extremely well bowled, but because he followed the batsman, he wanted a little bit of room to go over the infield through the offside. Wasn't allowed anything by Maxwell. Two is the call. Abid Ali, does he have the strength to make it for the second? Only a single. 1-3 for 2.
It is such an advantage having one of your batsmen who can give you.
नया पुराना किस्सा है पर इसमें अपना हिस्सा है 150 साल से दुनिया भर में अपनी बेहतरीन क्वालिटी प्रोडक्ट्स का भरोसा लिए नेस्ले है आपकी हर कहानी का हिस्सा नेस्ले साथ भरोसे का
Suhail can do that job and chip in maybe 5-6 overs in the game.
You've blindly picked Hafiz in the World Cup squad, Waqar. How fit is he? Do we know whether he's fit enough to go on that tour?
I don't really know his fitness, to be very honest. I'm purely going on experience, that he's got an experience. So we'll probably be needing that experience in England. Yes, I think not only me, this is my just thinking that this should be the team. I'm sure the management and the selectors, they'll probably have the fitness test. They will have his hand tested also, because if he can't grip the bat or if he can't catch, that means that he might not be available. He just had another surgery, I've heard, and he's going to be out of the playing for at least 2 to 3 weeks. So we got what? Still got 2 months, and if he's fit, and then he needs to probably play some cricket. Good that Pakistan is playing in England 5 ODIs. Enjoying your tea?
I'm listening also.
So I think they will probably test him out first, and the fitness test which they announced, I think it's on the 14th of the next month, and they all have to pass that.
Catch it!
Catch it! Oh, almost a stunning effort. Hanscom there was in line for a very, very good catch. A miscue from Abid Ali. He wanted to get it over the mid-on fielder. Almost lost his wicket.
Yeah, he's getting edgy regarding that mid-on fielder. He wants to clear that. He thought that he's gone straight to him. Hanscom gave it his best, not carried. But mid-on in the circle is really making Abid Ali think that he's going to go over the top. Ah, nicely done. Very nicely done. Experience coming into play.
Such a good shot. Cheeky shot from Abid Ali. Oh, excellent throw. Right on top of the bails. This was such a clever maneuver. Played it late away from the fielder there at shot point.
Yeah, he made that ramp for the ball to sort of slide over it, keeping in really close eye on the ball. Very well done.
Into the 70s now, Abid Ali. Pakistan very much engaged in this run chase. Oh, another one, just like the other one. This is good batting, intelligent batting. If you can't drill him hard down the ground, might as well just use the pace and work it fine away towards the offside. Excellent piece of thinking and batting.
Yeah, this was a better shot than the previous one, because this one was a lot closer and was more in the line of the stumps. Was a very risky stroke, but played it with a lot of control.
Watching the ball beautifully. Hit the willow. Right from the arm. till he plays this off the bat. Taking his time, making sure that he grips the ball properly. He's got a rag tucked up in his trousers. Obviously, there's a little bit of dew factor coming into play. Nicely ball, and a good ball is handled very nicely for a single. Abid Ali is looking good as gold. 74 he is of 81, 140.
$1 billion. Short game from both Rizwan and Abid Ali. Sweep shot for a single, but the maneuvering of the singles in between the big shots has been refreshing.
They batted superbly well. Simple as that. Been very positive from the outset, both batsmen.
Come on, Max. Come on, lads. Right.
I suppose the question for me is, where's this Abid Ali been?
Maxi.
He looks a really good player.
I'll tell you where he has been. First class cricket, list A cricket, getting all those runs for quite a number of years now. On with the arm, there's a little bit of appeal. There he thinks a caught behind, but no. Everything goes back to normal. It was a huge appeal to start off with. He took the bails off as well, but Rizwan is back, so nothing doing. But yeah, they're able to rotate strike, and also almost Yunus Khan like being able to play that short game, being able to get a single just going forward towards point or towards square leg, which is very refreshing.
Well, just dropping the ball, just that ability to be able to, yes, hit the ball very firmly in the gaps, but just equally as important is soft hands and, as you say, working the ball in the gaps, just the short game and just picking up the singles that way. It's very frustrating for opposition teams if you can do that.
And that's the other factor, the dew factor. Most teams win the toss here and field first exactly because of that. A little bit of dew, the pitch slickens up, ball comes onto the bat. Chasing here, historically in Dubai, is the way forward.
Yeah, there's no real hesitation, was there, at the toss to bowl first, exactly for that reason. The dew factor, historically, besides batting second win. And look, doing it very comfortable at the moment, Pakistan. We know it can change very quickly, so they've got to, you know, the men in have got to do the job. But at the moment, it's looking very good.
A little slip in the outfield makes it 2 off the last ball.
29 overs gone, and they're just starting to moan a little bit, the Australians, you have to say. There's a bit of slipping going on, and the ball's getting wet, and every ball they're grabbing the rags and trying to dry that ball off, and yeah, just getting a little upset with the conditions, but there's not much you can do. It's the way it is. Just got to get on with it.
नया पुराना किस्सा है पर इसमें अपना हिस्सा है 150 साल से दुनिया भर में अपनी बेहतरीन क्वालिटी प्रोडक्ट्स का भरोसा लिए नेस्ले है आपकी हर कहानी का हिस्सा। नेस्ले, साथ भरोसे का।
Spinners haven't done it for them, so Kane Richardson back in the attack.
Yeah, it's a fairly obvious response, isn't it? You've been struggling with the spin, Zampa to hold the ball, and Maxwell at the other end. So turn to your speed men, your medium pacers, to see if they can do something. But it is hard if you're the bowling side with that heavy dew in the outfield. Every time the ball goes into the outfield, it gets quite wet.
They pulled away for a couple more, goes into the outfield again. Fouls are out. And you wouldn't imagine there'd be any swing at all with that damp ball.
No, absolutely no swing, and see the towels there, Aaron Finch, and all the bowlers have got towels tucked into their pants. It's just hard work. The ball just skids on.
And easily done. Abid Ali's looked so assured in this innings. Be it pace, be it spin, he's been able to rotate, strike, get boundaries. This one again been able to clip it away, in control, in the air, but he knew it was in the gap. Clips it for a run, so everything sort of looks under control, in order. And on the other end, Rizwan has come in and played his shots and put even more pressure on Australia. Run a ball now 44 or 43. The sweep shots to the spinners, the boundaries there. Just after that Haris Sohail wicket, he came in and started off so positively that all that attacking nature of the bowling went out the window.
Yes, I can't remember whether I saw Rizwan's name in your lists that you guys put together, you Pakistanis. I'd be picking him in front of Umar Kamal if it comes down to that selection. I know you've got other very good batting options, but gee, what I've seen, I know he's the wicketkeeper, but I think he can bat.
So AB, at least you approve of one of my selections. I did have him in my list as the second
Very good,
wicketkeeper.
very good.
So
I wasn't sure.
I've got a nod of approval, at least one of my players.
Well, I think he's just a busy player, and there he is. Well done. Well, I agree with that one. The rest of the players I don't know as well as you. And there's particularly a lot of the guys are not here. You've got a lot of good players, but Rizwan is one of my faves. End of the over. 2 for 152.
Yeah, I got a lot of stick on Twitter and a lot of people asking why I've got players like Amir Yamin in, no Fahim Ashraf, no Mohammad Amir. But that's my squad. I disagree with it. The name that stands out for me is Asif Ali, power hitter, down the order, and on good pitches he can strike the ball really hard. I'm quite surprised that he's not given a go in this series, because that's the sort of area where Pakistan is lacking. And we talked about earlier big scores in England. He's the type of player that can get you that big score or can hit you those big hits required even while chasing.
Does he bat as well, or does he bowl as well, or is he mainly just the power hitter down the order?
Just a power hitter, is very good fielder, had an excellent PSL. Ball
नया पुराना किस्सा है पर इसमें अपना हिस्सा है 150 साल से दुनिया भर में अपनी बेहतरीन क्वालिटी प्रोडक्ट्स का भरोसा लिए नेस्ले है आपकी हर कहानी का हिस्सा नेस्ले साथ भरोसे का
long time ago, lots of people were here. Ramesh Raja called that game. Pakistan actually won it. But Sean Marsh, I think, is in the squad as well. So, big day today for Dubai International Sports Ground. It's the Ring of Fire. We had a huge cake, which I believe one of our cameramen had it all, Anthony Hoffman, who's been covering 10 years of this Dubai stadium. There we go, 168. Pakistan chased that down. Shoaib Malik played in that game, didn't play today, but Watson hadn't here as a coaching staff member, so landmark game.
So I assume the ball's been changed, and so it'll be drier until it gets hit in the outfield. And then it'll be wet again.
And I don't suppose that will be long. It'll be hit in the outfield pretty soon. And then it'll be back to those rags, trying to dry it. It's never quite the same. How much you dry, it doesn't really get it back to its previous order.
It works for a very short space of time, and then the water just seeps into the seam.
Taxi. Come on, good dodge, good dodge.
But it's a fair reason to change the ball. It's getting very wet and hard to hang on to.
Yeah, that's side of Pakistan's batting today, that short game, that able to rotate strike, to be able to just hit little pockets in the field, has been very impressive. There again, being able to maneuver it into the gap. Yes, it's not spinning that much. Yes, the ball is coming onto the bat slightly better, but still, we haven't seen this all throughout the series. This maneuvering against the spinners. This man has been brilliant. So as Rizwan has come in and played the spin especially really well. .155 for 2.
You talk about picking up the ones, the short game. I think they've both been brilliant, but that's why I like this Rizwan, because he is a busy player. In all the games that he's played, and
नया पुराना किस्सा है पर इसमें अपना हिस्सा है 150 साल से दुनिया भर में अपनी बेहतरीन क्वालिटी प्रोडक्ट्स का भरोसा लिए नेस्ले है आपकी हर कहानी का हिस्सा नेस्ले साथ भरोसे का
Tells a story in its own. Able to rotate strike, able to play that short game. And overall, once that happens, the batting normally progresses really well. And at the moment, 155 for 2, 123 more needed, everything under control. Doesn't look as if Pakistan will have problems, but who knows, a couple of wickets here might turn. But at the moment, Pakistan pulled all the aces.
really don't need to do much else. These two, they've kept up with the run rate. The wide run rate is not out of hand by any stretch of the imagination. 6.5 runs and over, so they've done very well to keep up pace in this run chase, and wickets in hand, very important.
Richardson just taking pace off the ball this over, not allowing the ball to come onto the bat, but it's a great start for Abid Ali. Third highest so far, still out there, still can get to that 100, get to that #1 spot. Salim Ilahi 102, the best. Just gone past Ramiz Raja 75.
Been a pretty old flat track at Christchurch, wasn't it, that day? No, he's done very well, hasn't he? He's looked the goods right from the get-go. He's played his shots.
1985, 75 for Ramiz Raja. Threw it away, couldn't get to the 100. Mamulaku got 100 on debut. Interesting that he today, just before games play, did not play because of high fever, and that's why Abid Ali played. Abid Ali might not have played. He wasn't playing till last night, but he made it count. 158 for 2.
नया पुराना किस्सा है पर इसमें अपना हिस्सा है 150 साल से दुनिया भर में अपनी बेहतरीन क्वालिटी प्रोडक्ट्स का भरोसा लिए नेस्ले है आपकी हर कहानी का हिस्सा नेस्ले साथ भरोसे का
There's probably a chance it causes some headaches, put it that way, for the selectors.
'84, the partnership, 93 balls. Pakistan requiring a run rate of 6.6. Everything under control. These two batting well. Australia trying to exert pressure with medium pace now. Nathan Coulter-Nile back in the attack. Slightly drier ball, just been changed a couple of overs ago. And a clip through the onside, timed superbly, comes back for the second. And fourth 50 for Rizwan in ODIs, just off 53 balls.
Yes, well played, young man, and good support from the crowd that's here and teammates. He's been very impressive in this series, knocking the ball around, and well played today. Just took the attack to the Australians.
Yeah, came in and applied the pressure to the Australians through a number of sweep shots, and really got his innings going by striking the boundaries against the spinners, and from that he's not looked back. 96.3 his strike rate, 100 in that second match, didn't get any in the third game, but today he's looked like he's going to take the game away from Australia. And again a flick to the onside, timed beautifully, and they'll come back for another couple.
Nathan Lyon in the deep. He's always been a pretty handy fielder. I'm sure that doesn't get past him and limits the scoring to 2. But look at the boys, they're sliding around. That outfield is quite juicy. So it's a real heavy dew, but heavy.
Full shot this time. Nathan Lyon doing a lot of work, deep square leg. Another couple of runs.
Come on, Nate.
Played a flick which went finer of Nathan Lyon, then the pull shot which has gone a little straighter. So really in the firing range, the boundary rider at deep square.
Say Abid Ali makes 150 today. Is that going to cause some dramas for the selectors?
The edge, and that'll go to the fence. So he's nearing that 100 into the 90s now.
Not too many false shots really from Abid Ali today. This one a genuine edge. It had been a first slip gone straight to him. But that's the nature of this game. There are no slips generally at this time of the game, so you can play outside that off stump, no problem at all.
I think already he's caused a little bit of a stir because of the fact that he scored so many runs coming into the side. 33 gone. It's 169 for 2.
I'm not afraid to die, and I'm not afraid to kill you.
I tried to run a background check on you, and no one seems to know who you are.
When you gonna tell me what's going on, Ghost? So what happens next? I know you got a plan.
We open that place to clean our money. What if it could be more than that, though, man? We can have it all.
Fantastic innings by Maxwell, 98 of 82, but Pakistan in response, especially this third wicket partnership, has been sublime. 96 now of 100 deliveries. Yeah, beyond Abid Ali, say if he gets 100 today, wins Pakistan the game. There will be a lot of talk about him because a couple of years in List A cricket, he's got so much runs. And Pakistan right now as relaxed as us, batting so well. But because of the sheer amount of runs that he's got in first-class cricket, in List A cricket consistently, and now he comes in and does it at international level, there's always questions going to be asked, why has he been played so late? And now that he's shown us that he belongs, there'll be questions asked. He's got the technique to play in England, so there'll obviously be questions asked. The cut shot goes finer than he wanted, but the result is another boundary, and the 100 partnership is brought up by Abid Ali.
Tremendous work from these two players. It's been a really telling partnership. They've been very positive. They've played their shots. And that was a cultured edge, I'd say. That was meant to go in that area of the ground. He's been very, very good in all facets today, and he's moved on to 94. Bowlers never enjoy that, do they?
Yeah, this partnership, 100 now, has almost taken the game away from Australia, and it's another 20-30 runs and might be well done and dusted this game. Rizwan almost a run a ball, and so is Abid Ali. The rate of scoring has been impressive to go along with the runs. .34 gone, 174 for 2.
Mr. Horsfield's in a coma, one that's likely irreversible.
I'm looking for my big case, and this is it.
I can't make him sit up and talk.
I'm helping you. You need to help me.
You know what they say. You paint your masterpiece, you'll live forever.
104 of 95 deliveries. You'd think that Pakistan will have to play really badly to lose this one now. Abid Ali on debut has been sublime. Got it so well throughout the innings. There's not been an instance where he's looked as if he struggled. New ball, played it well. Spinners played it well. And now he's just honing in on the 100. So he looks a quality player, which he's promised in first-class cricket, proven that. But once you step up to international cricket and look as if you belong, that's almost all the boxes ticked. Full shot off the front foot, way in front of square. Oh, just slows up with the amount of dew. So just a couple of runs. When he hit that, it looked as if it was going to the fence.
It's an interesting shot. Just back of a length from Kutanol, and decides to play that crossmatch shot. Keeps the ball along the ground, which is a really pleasing thing. And as we talked about, the dew, the slide factor in the outfield.
And this one absolutely hit in the middle. The proper pull shot. This one shorter in length, and he climbed onto this in a flash.
Well, this was the attempted short ball bouncer, and crunch. He's not a tall man, so it didn't quite get up, but it was right in the slot, and that is a seriously good shot. Got on top of it and hit it down.
By just having the word with the captain, something's cooking. Things not going Australia's way, and not happy.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that discussion was about. The umpire going over to the skipper to have a bit of a chat, whether it was something the bowler said or did, or nothing was obvious to us up here. But yeah, obviously the umpire wasn't very happy with something.
Close. Suspect a direct hit would have resulted in a wicket, but 35th gone, 182 for 2.
I'm not afraid to die, and I'm not afraid to kill you.
I tried to run a background check on you, and no one seems to know who you are.
When you gonna tell me what's going on, Ghost? So what happens next? I know you got a plan.
We opened that place to clean our money. What if it could be more than that, though, man? We can have it all.
Abid Ali still out there, but Finch knows a direct hit and they were in. A missed shot single. Maxwell very quick at point. Leg spinner back in the attack. Yeah, it's quite damp out there, so it'll be interesting how Sampa goes about it. Will he be able to trust himself to actually flight the ball or just fire them in? Because the ball's getting appreciably wet. You can see those rags being really given a workout. He's gone for 32 off his 6. But Australia need a wicket. Simple as that.
They do, and Zampa has been consistently the go-to man, but it's just difficult conditions in that he can't really grip it and rip it, because you're just a bit worried about it sliding out of the fingers.
Abid Ali 95. And what a moment for him, batting his first ODIs, closing in on 100. Only 2 men before him pro Pakistan have done that. Oh, there's a big appeal, and that looks pretty adjacent. Will they go for that DRS? Might have nicked it, because there's not a lot of excitement. It looked very straight.
No real animation from bowler and keeper. They had a discussion, but obviously they feel like it might have been going down leg, or there might have been a little under edge.
Pushed down the ground, 96 now, Abid Ali. Countdown towards the 100. Yeah, it was short of length and it skidded through. There's no bat on that, so that, for my mind, is very, very close. Surprised they didn't go for the DRS. Yeah, interesting that Australia didn't go for the DRS. Maybe there was an inside edge, because it looked as if it was going on to hit the stumps. Yeah, just a slight little inside edge, a very slight one. Another single, 97. So you just have to wait for a few moments more, because at the end of the 36, I suspect there'll be a drinks break. So a little more wait, a little more contemplating for Abid Ali. As this one comes down the track, it's another single. So Pakistan on course, 186 for 2, and it's time for drink.
The UEFA Champions League is brought to you by Nissan, UEFA Champions League sponsor. Europa League, Arsenal versus Napoli. Friday, April 12th. Live on 10 Sports. We will face the spirited Kangaroos to test our mettle before the World Cup. Head & Shoulders presents JS Bank Cup 2019, Pakistan versus Australia ODI Series, live on Sony Live. The UEFA Champions League is brought to you by Nissan, UEFA Champions League sponsor.
.25, so they were clearly 50 plus, and Pakistan had to bat wonderfully well, and so it's turned out to be a night for Abid Ali. On debut has been most impressive. You've got to like his temperament, you've got to like his technique, you've got to like the way he's played spin and pace, and he's got a good partner in Rizwan. 92 runs off 84 balls. And this is the first time that the Australians have found themselves in a bit of a pickle. Good evening, Darryl. What do you make of this run chase then?
I think it's been an excellent one. Good evening, Rameez. What I've so enjoyed about this Pakistani innings has been the urgency from both of these two players.
Get!
From the word go, Rizwan, he had set out to look to sweep the spinners. They never allowed Finch in previous matches, particularly in Sharjah. Finch had settled, bowled long spells, and they battled to get him away. But you could see it was a planned, purposeful innings from Rizwan. And then Abid Ali, it's just been a breath of fresh air, the way that he's played. He hasn't stood back. So from the get-go, they've been positive. They've run well between the wickets. Got to ask, where has it been? But I think the tone for the whole day as well, Ram, is with Imad being the captain. He was attacking in his fields. He was prepared to put a slip in. He introduced himself early on into the attack. So I've got to say, I think they just look far more energized, happy team. Perhaps the pressure off the series has gone, does tell. Australia being maybe a bit jaded, thinking of going home, series one. At the end of the day, you can't take it away from this Pakistan performance with a bat. Very impressive.
That they've done extremely well. Just play the ball in the gaps and run so well for those singles. There's been good rhythm to this run chase.
Well, Rameez, you've heard me say it. I said it from the first game. What troubled me a little bit was the Pakistan, that energy in the innings and that running between the wickets. And that's an attitude you take before you've even faced the first ball.
Expecting a good result on that occasion. Early. I think that's a cramp situation. Or has he done something with his back? I'm not too sure. Rizwan is out there for 50 overs, keeping the wickets, and he's batting well here. 64 ball, 63.
And he's been in that position quite often in this innings. Down on that back knee, stretching. getting out to sweep the ball, and as a keeper, well, he's up and down all day, and now he's doing it batting, so that is probably a bit of cramp there.
There's the sweep shot into the gap for 4. He's played it beautifully right throughout this innings, this sweep shot, and it has involved a lot of method and technique, and he's pulled it off once again.
The moment it's that sort of length that's full enough, he's onto it in a flash. And where he swept well, he's known where he wants to sweep at this time. But we've seen him previously, he's gone squarer. He's even gone over mid-wicket.
What has been disappointing from Nathan Lyon's point of view is not force the batsman to drive against the spin through the offside. He's bowled that middle and leg stump line.
Let the games begin.
with more issues.
I'm just saying, you are dealing with the devil. I deal with the devil once a year. I hand him his Father's Day card and then I walk out.
More laughs.
I am an awesome, brilliant therapist.
In my clinical opinion, you're stupid.
More Charlie.
We gotta do this on a regular basis.
Anger management.
So Pakistan now 85 of 78. And I'm with you, Ramiz. Let's just wait. I've been known in the past to have a little stutter along the way, but you'd be a brave man to bet against them romping home here this evening. Fully in control.
It's been a great partnership. 119 from 123. Risk-free, generally. There's that sweep shot again. He's played it well. Zampa can be difficult bowler to sweep because he's quick through the air and he's accurate. So you've got to really judge the length quickly. This is now Pakistan's third highest, in fact, highest ever third wicket partnership against Australia. The previous best Javed and Zair Abbas in 1982 at Lahore. Now missing the stumps, going down the leg side. Dharmasena very quick to react to that appeal. DRS timer, are they going to go for it? Yes, why not?
Third umpire to director. We have a player review for LBW. The on-field decision is not out. Can we start with the front foot first, please? Thank you, that's a fair delivery. Can we move on to front on spin vision, please? Just rock and roll that, please, Rick. And roll through. Okay, nothing conclusive there. Can we have ultra edge when ready, please? Okay, go through, please, all the way, to the pad, and it's a flat line when it passes the bat, so I'm satisfied to go through to ball tracking when ready, please. There you go. Ball tracking coming up now. Impact is in line. And it's umpire's call on hitting the wickets. So I'll get you to stay with your original decision of not out Kumar. I'll let you know when you're on screen. You're on screen now.
Yeah, there's a little bit of doubt, and Mickey Arthur can relax as well, Lets it all out. Relax, Mickey. You're making them nervous as well. So he survives on 98, Abid Ali. Yeah, a lot better on 99. The crescendo builds up to 100. The crowds are involved as well. What a start. A last-minute inclusion today. He wasn't picked last evening at the meeting, and so it was just a late call. How well he's responded. Both now best of friends, Omar Akmal and Mickey Arthur. Frozen in time, is he? Oh, he's a good bowler, Zamp. Quick through the air and getting the ball to spin enough. Keep Rizwan on his guard.
Come on, Zob.
Pakistan bench in the dugout will erupt once Abid Ali gets 100. He's on 99. You've got to call it an inspired selection. Holds a dot. Just 2 runs in that over. 195 for 2.
I'm not afraid to die, and I'm not afraid to kill you.
I tried to run a background check on you, and no one seems to know who you are.
When you gonna tell me what's going on, Ghost? So what happens next? I know you got a plan.
We open that place to clean our money. What if it could be more than that, though, man? We can have it all.
All eyes on Abid Ali on 99. Gardening the pitch, taking
wicket.
Right, Gaza.
But again, there is one, just showing the quality of his footwork.
Come on, boys. Come on, boys.
Quick to the pitch of the ball. But what you were talking about, had he not quite been there, it's quite a long way from his body when he drove that. It does open the opportunity up for something through the gate. Bold.
Finishing a game makes you tough and gives you a lot of confidence and self-belief. And some of these young guys need that.
Come on, go. Come on, go.
To ensure that you've got enough in the tank to make it as a reef. Has been flawless, really. You can hardly fault the energy level or the commitment level or how they've called for these or those quick singles. Nice, very nice. Played it late with a sliced angle of the blade. Rizwan, is he quick enough for the third? Only two. A real teaser for the fielder in the ring. He's played that shot beautifully. Watches the ball closely with half the blade and plays it so well.
Come on, boys.
That's probably why we'll find he'll go around the wicket pretty quickly, because I mean, that is such skill. That is on middle and leg. He's managed to still get it down to third man so fine.
Go, Stein.
And yeah, having the confidence, a man that's set back in a way, playing it through the offside. 41 gone, 218 for 2. So what was the stage of the game when you're out? Do you remember?
I think we were chasing and we lost the game by 10 or 12 or 15 runs. I'm not too sure. So there's a big partnership with Anil Dalpat, who's the keeper. He got a 30 or a 40 on.
34 years ago.
That's right. Were you born then, Daryl?
85, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh.
Come on, Zoba.
Abid Ali on 112 from 118. That's gone up in the air. This should be out. Aaron Finch is a great fielder. He's a really good pair of hands, and so wicket falling just at the wrong time. Abid Ali probably getting just a little tired. Who knows? But lost his focus. But you've got to stand up and applaud the talented that he is. On debut, 112 from 119. Being congratulated by Rizwan. They had a massive partnership of 144. Just couldn't get Pakistan over the line. But 100 on debut is a big deal, and that too against Australia. They all applaud. They all stand up, admire the debutant. .60 runs of 53 balls. We've got a new man in. Abid Ali leaves the scene.
Let the games begin. With more issues.
I'm just saying, you are dealing with the devil. I deal with the devil once a year. I hand him his Father's Day card and then I walk out.
More laughs.
I am an awesome, brilliant therapist.
In my clinical opinion, you're stupid.
More Charlie.
We gotta do this on a regular basis.
Anger management.
second, third spell. And yeah, in his last over picks up one. So all eyes now on Umar Akmal. I don't think he's going to take some time to try and want to settle down here. We know that he will attack, but it give Australia an opportunity. But it was a tired stroke. He felt that he was feeling it. He's had to work very hard.
It's important for Pakistan to make sure that Rizwan now doesn't get out, so he's got to look after himself a bit here, Rizwan. Pakistan got to tread cautiously. Can't afford to lose Rizwan at this stage here. Just a tired slog. He hasn't really shown any talent for six hitting. Kind of player was busy at the crease and more keen to just work the ball into the gaps, didn't middle it at all. Good gesture from Rizwan, just making sure that he gave him a warm send-off. So Mickey's got another option probably, as far as Abid Ali is concerned.
Come on, boys.
Can he be drafted as an opener, the third opener for the World Cup squad?
Game in hand still, who knows? It must be pleasing as a coach, because this is what you ask of your players. There you have the opportunity, and it must be a really good feeling when they come off.
Australia need to cash in now. Wicket has gone down. Umar Akmal can be mercurial. Can expect anything from him, so let's see how he reacts to this. A couple of dots bowled to him.
Best advice right now, Siad Zampa. There's 2 balls in this over.
Required rate has gone over 7. 59 of 50 balls.
Up.
Pull shot into the gap. Gets off the mark. .220 for 3.
I'm not afraid to die, and I'm not afraid to kill you.
I tried to run a background check on you, and no one seems to know who you are.
When you gonna tell me what's going on, Ghost? So what happens next? I know you got a plan.
We opened that place to clean our money. What if it could be more than that, man? We can have it all.
Well, set for a good finish here. 58 from 48. 7 wickets in hand, Pakistan. So it is getting down to the wire. Exactly what we've wanted. No, it's come late in this series. Maxwell to continue. Another good shot. Placement. At least 2. .56 of 47. Certainly the team's chasing here in Dubai